Hello, everyone. Welcome to FAQ. This is episode 5 of FAQTalks. FAQTalks is a little bit different, Nick, than the regular FAQcast. Did you know that?
I knew something a little bit about that, but right now I'm very distracted by Nick who's struggling heartily.
Remember my first beer, Nick.
We said we were going to start this at 10:21 p.m., Nick. Are you not ready? Jesus Christ.
That's how you put an accent on a wooden table.
FAQTalks, of course, differs, from our normal podcast. That's because we decided to spend the entire episode talking about one topic and one topic only, Nick. And what is that today?
That's right.
What is it?
It's the year 2015.
Not 16.
Nope,
15.
15.
Tonight, we
Never
have
forget.
Mr. Howdy Do himself.
Howdy do.
That's Victor Carranza Jr., ladies.
Ladies.
We have Colorado's favorite dirtbag over there, Nick DiCarlo.
Hello.
And we have Nick Holguin.
The opinion of an average person.
That's right.
Wait, what about it?
That's me.
Yeah, you're supposed to say I have the opinion.
Yeah.
It's not like you are the opinion. Actually, no, that's fine. I like that.
That works.
Oh, thank
The
you.
opinion of an average person.
That's right.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk a little
All right.
bit about movies, video games, and if there's time, Victor, we can talk about Victor's sports box.
I hope
Sports
there's-
box.
Yeah, we got lots to
Yes.
talk
There's
about.
always sports box. Talk.
Yes, we got to review the year
But-
in sports.
That's right.
2015.
Yeah, the whole thing,
Sports.
not
And
just who.
The
George
Carolina
Clinton.
Nope, don't even say it. Don't even. Actually, that has been about 25% of the
I
sports
can't
box.
wait to talk about them.
That's the only reason why I'm here.
Yep.
Bob.
Panther talk.
I thought it was for the beer caps.
Oh, that too.
Have you been saving all those caps?
He's waiting for the Fallout,
Is
man.
the Fallout real life DLC?
Yes.
So Nick, tell us about FAQ this year. You got that Google Doc open, ready to go?
Nope.
kind
at
of
all.
just sitting right there on your brain.
All right, I'm...
Okay,
So,
I'll stall. Don't. Oh, you ready? You ready?
One time I was driving down the freeway, and whoa, that's not it. Hold on, I'm working on it.
Yep, still looking. Hey, Nick is pouring that up. Holguin, can you grab that vodka? Brought to you by.
I'm just going to
Just
fire
kidding.
this open
And
really quick.
pour a
Crazy
little
boys.
Pour like a few shots in here so I can sip on it.
Alright.
Oh my
like a
goodness.
gentleman. Like a gentleman. That's right.
You guys are alcoholics. You have
No.
problems. All right, I have it
This is
open.
a holiday episode.
It's alright.
Nick.
It's alright.
This is the drunk cast.
Drunk cast.
A little bit more.
All right.
Okay. All right. That's good. Hey, Nick, can I have some of your ice too?
Yeah, plenty of
All
ice.
right.
Are we ready
Thanks.
to do
I'm ready
this?
to go. Just
Okay,
dive
I'm
in.
gonna go. Hello, everyone, and a merry, cherry, festive, happy Fact Talks.
That's the
Oh, we
very.
already
That's the
did
very
that.
beginning.
We did that.
I didn't say that part.
You should have.
No.
All right, let's just restart it here.
Oh, we're
You
just
restarted
start.
from FAQ started this
Just
year.
start.
Okay, all right, we're going.
This is gold right now.
People per episode.
No, just FAQ started this year.
Oh,
Glad we rehearsed this.
so Fact started this year. That happened. Let's talk a little bit about our feats since the dawn of time. Episode 1 exploded onto the airwaves on March 2nd of 2015. And since then, we have had 830 total plays. That's almost 1,000, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. If that was the amount of plays that we had like a single episode, that would be pretty
That'd
cool.
be epic. And I
But-
think one day,
One day.
One day.
This
You
is our
believe.
year.
this is
One day,
2016
if
is
we
our year.
avoid intros like the intro that we just had.
Mm-hmm. That's
All
not
right.
happen.
But I think that's what makes us unique.
So, do you
It
guys
is.
know what the top 3 episodes are?
I know what the top one episode is.
You would be wrong.
Yeah, actually wrong.
Well, you
I
don't
kinda
even know
made
what
up
I
that
guessed, though.
skit.
You don't even know what I guessed, though.
Okay, what are you guessing?
The Pornhub premium of episodes.
You would be wrong.
No,
Oh.
that's one of them. That's not the top one.
It's
Ah.
it's number 2.
Oh, I know.
It's the first loser.
Yes.
It's out. I was gonna guess, but okay.
Okay. What
Thanks
is it?
for ruining it. You just said it was episode 2.
Hey,
Well,
I was in that episode.
That's
Good job, Nick.
That was our highest one.
Mhm. No, it wasn't. So our third highest
so wait,
one.
what? We keep saying this is our highest one. This is not our highest one. Then Nick just dropped another one. This is going to be the highest one. And then we say, is it the highest one? And then apparently it's not the highest one. So what's the highest one?
Drum roll, please. Sitting in third place, I presume, is Teen Jeopardy.
No, that's first place.
Damn it. This is why we'll never get
Come on,
to 8,000
Steve
views.
Harvey.
2015.
So Teen Jeopardy has been getting a random few plays here every single week. since we did it, and I don't know why.
It's our earner.
Yeah, that one has like
That
80
was
plays.
what episode?
That was episode 8.
Hmm.
So okay, and then go on, Nick. What's number 2?
And then number 2 is the Pornhub Premium of episodes, episode 26.
Mhm.
Fine
I
day.
know why.
As
Yeah.
referenced in our
that was
lovely skit.
That was a great episode.
We're going to have some movie directors knocking at our door.
Yeah, they will.
From that episode.
Yeah.
No, from the skit.
Oh, from the skit.
From the
Yes.
skit.
And then
What was
sitting
it?
in third place is guess.
Wait, I
I'm looking at it.
thought we just did third place.
We did second place.
Yeah, that's second place.
And then before that?
That was first
Yeah,
place.
that-
So we're doing first, second. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bad way to do it.
All right, yeah. Well, Nick's.
It's America's Future. I tried to build drama, didn't work. But episode 18, America's Future.
So all those episodes, I just feel like they're all clickbait sounds. Teen Jeopardy. Well, not the Jeopardy part, where I feel like there's a bunch of perverts out there who are real unhappy with the fact that it was just a bunch of dudes playing a Jeopardy game made by a middle school teacher.
Hey,
That's why it was Teen Jeopardy.
clickbait works though. It's like you see that thing that said, "You thought this teen was sleeping, but you'll be shocked when you find out the real truth."
We don't have an answer for that whole thing at all, but you can click through 7 things on a slideshow. And apparently people liked America's Future because I'm sure that was a thing people Googled at some point.
America's Future.
But Pornhub, we can explain, and we know that one. I mean, we
I mean,
understand. Yeah.
That's an everyday.
Not
thing.
only did, well, that's an everyday tradition for man
Hello?
and sometimes women.
We still haven't
But,
figured out what Pornhub
I think-
Premium entails.
I think we should get it.
Yeah.
Nick, talking your mic.
Oh, that's right.
I think we should get it.
Put that thing between your legs.
That's right.
Take a
It's
shaft.
supposed to be.
There you go. There you go. Good
Hang
job,
on, boys.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so Nick, go on to the next thing.
All right, and then we have our regular cast,
You can just walk. in
people
front of
per
it.
episode.
Okay.
We have Matt, Nick, Greg,
Nick.
the voice of the people, Eric, and then
Victor.
Howdy Do himself.
So okay, let's read off how many people have been in each. Read the number and then we'll try to match it.
Okay, so one fellow has been in the episode 32 times. He is our reigning champ.
That's right. Our supreme leader.
Who do you think that is? Nick.
I think that's you.
Snoke.
That's me. Nope, not Snoke. That's a stupid name, by the way. Snoke. That's me. Okay, next one.
And then sitting in the chair at 30 plays.
What? 30 plays or
30.
30 plays?
Happy anniversary.
30 appearances.
episodes.
30 appearances.
Guess who that is?
Mr. Nick DiCarlo.
Yes, that would be
All
me.
right. Yeah.
And then at 28 episodes, guess who we have?
What has 2 thumbs and likes to party? I didn't think of a really good one for that.
You think it's
This
you?
guy.
You think that's you? Really? You think you're in third place?
Really? No.
Oh.
It's Greg.
Not.
That's Greg.
That's
Where's Greg though?
Yeah, where is he?
Greg. Greg's dead.
Oh.
And then sitting in 25
Oh.
measly episodes
Only 3 games back.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Still in the race.
is
What has 2 thumbs and
Sticks him up his own butt.
this guy?
And then Nickelgein had some amount in there.
9
I'll
and
say
Eric
a
had
few.
3. All right.
Yeah.
As 2015
It's
closes,
all right.
has closed, good writing, I want to talk about some crap that we can stop saying. But to start us off, what sayings do you overuse?
All right. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by my fucking computer closing,
Son of a
ruining the whole
bitch.
thing.
Who could have done that?
Overused phrases in 2015, Nick. Thank you for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
You know what?
What?
I think that's a perfect topic.
Excellent.
I think it's awesome.
Excellent. All right, what sayings are we overusing?
Those ones. Those ones a lot. I don't like them. My mom doesn't like them.
Perfect.
Just a minute ago when we talked
Matt's
about
mom
this, it
doesn't
doesn't
like
feel
them.
natural now. It just feels forced. We're not a force. You guys, we don't like forcing things on you. And we just fucked this up a minute ago, and we're really
Right,
sorry.
It's like the force things on girls.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go.
His views are not supported by the
Nick-
views of other fact
Nick,
cast
let's
members.
roll with that one.
What?
We can't make
That was
those kind of
a
jokes.
little
on
bit
the air.
Whoa. The PG episode.
So, Victor, what annoying overused phrases have you heard this year? Do you need some to help out with?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
can't think of
some
any.
ones I was Googling were Got Me Like, The Struggle is Real, That Blank Though, Bay, and Salty.
I definitely hear salty a lot.
Salty's been around for a real long time, and it
but-
just like started like
Yeah, it's definitely taking effect. I mean, a lot of this has to do with the hip hop genre of music that normally likes to make things popular.
you mean young kids.
And but it's that hip hop music that I just think taints our youth.
Yep.
And
it
it
does.
brings about these sayings. And,
Right in the taint.
They got
Right.
the
Sorry.
youth tainting on
And
point.
I definitely
Oh my God, on
I've
point.
heard the that blank though, like yeah. Oh, but that bacon though, bro. You know?
I don't
Or-
understand what like why is that cool? That blank though. Like you're trying to explain to someone that they're saying, "Listen, you shouldn't eat that burrito," and they're saying that bacon though. That's
Right.
that's the joke.
It's because it was cool.
That's
it
the
was
joke.
it was said by
I haven't
some
heard that one.
hip hop artist on some TV show or something like that, in some song, some music video, and it just became cool, and everybody started saying it. Then I met this one cool kid that I was like, "Damn, this kid's really cool." He started saying it, so therefore I was like, "That shit's cool. I'm gonna start saying it." So
Is that how a trend
circle
starts?
of life, yeah, pretty much. Like it's got me like, just, yeah.
I actually like the struggle is real because sometimes it just is.
I like that one the most.
Yeah, and it's funny sometimes when people use it correctly.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Can you use it as an example?
Like when
if
you see a
you're-
homeless guy on the street and he's throwing up on himself, and you're like, "The struggle's real," or is that like too? That's too dark.
Maybe.
That's too literal.
Well, like sometimes when you're really hungover, you know, I mean,
But sometimes,
you throw it out there. I mean, it works.
sometimes when Nick needs to talk into the mic
Yeah.
again,
I'm right
you
here.
raise it up, Nick. You're too tall.
I'm right here.
Point it towards your mouth. Jesus, good thing I can edit this audio. So Victor, if you, I feel like a lot of sayings, like like tight, what was it, sick,
Sick, bro.
tight. No one really says anymore. Sick, no one says.
It's epic.
Like, what do you think?
People our age say it.
I say tight,
Guys.
but I try to say it like ironically. I'm like tight,
Guys our
and then
age
people
say
look at me weird.
sick.
But okay, well, so what is something? Oh, I do say. I'm like, that's so sick.
I say sick a lot, yeah.
So sick. Okay,
badass.
which one do you think is going to survive the 2015 catchphrases of the year?
Well, I don't know, like, of those that we just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
um,
You got me like
I'm
the
gonna
struggle's
say-
real. That blank though, Bay and Salty.
that blank though and salty, just because, as you said earlier,
Well-
salty's been around forever and it just
Yeah.
became popular.
A resurgence.
Yeah, it's still gonna be around. I think Bay was like a stupid thing that was fun for a few seconds, but
Yeah, I don't like. I think
it's
Bay's
not gonna
freaking retarded.
last. I mean, Bay's stupid. No one's gonna talk about it. But that blank though and salty.
I feel like on point is going to be around for a while.
Mhm.
Like I got my blank game on point. Like Victor, you got your beanie game on point right now.
It's a compliment.
The problem though is when you say on point, it's supposed to be like something that you have to have a real. It has to be something you're actually good at. You have an actual skill. Like his 3-point game is on point tonight, not his beanie
seen
game. Have you seen that
Victor's-
beanie game?
It's on point.
Victor wearing his beanie wearing skills.
Watch game.
Nick, your beard.
Yeah.
Watch game.
You got
I
mad
did
game, bro.
tonight.
But that beard
Thanks.
though.
You got mad game,
That
bro.
beard though.
No, I was trying to say he was saying watch game. I was like, drink beer. Huh?
Right?
No. Also, at Chick-fil-A, they have to stop saying my pleasure.
I like it though. It makes my day
Yeah.
better.
I don't.
I really don't like it at all.
I
They say it
do.
every single time. And every single time I say thank you, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have said thank you. They're going to say, and they're like, my pleasure.
I
And I'm
like it. I think it sucks
because-
though when they have to say that and they're having a really bad day and you just got some like annoying person just like who fucking hates their life and they're just sitting there like, here's your order, and you're like, oh sweet, thanks,
just
and
drunk.
they're like, my
My
pleasure. And I'm like, you didn't mean that. You didn't mean that, so you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that. And then people are honking behind me because I'm still yelling at her. Stupid.
Well, I think
I
it's.
just-
Sorry, go on.
At Chick-fil-A, a lot of female workers there work there.
Be careful what you say. Tread softly.
And
Do you work there, Victor?
on that note, let's
But he mentioned females.
No, okay, so if Nick doesn't want to tread there, I will.
Oh,
I'm not treading there. What? Okay, so what you said was when someone says, my pleasure. That bothers you. What bothers me is the fake ass people who are like, my pleasure. And you know they don't mean it like. I feel
Right,
like it's
exactly.
even worse
That's my
if they
thing.
say it over the top.
I think
Right.
they mean it though when they say
You have
it.
no
You
idea,
can tell.
Nick. And that ruins the point of saying my pleasure because
Right.
it really isn't their pleasure. You should say something nice like that if you mean it. It doesn't mean anything if you're forced to say my pleasure.
You should ask them next time if they mean it. Do you
Oh,
mean it?
That would be pretty cool.
Well, it's actually like the same thing when you say awesome, perfect, amazing. Like for what was it on? Awesome, perfect, and what?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh, sweet.
But you're like,
Oh,
you're
I
ruining
see.
that word for yourself. Because now every time when you see something that is perfect,
You're
Is it really-
desensitizing the word perfect.
is it really perfect?
Because
The
a
last
guy
time-
ordered his hamburger with no ketchup, and now that's perfect.
Doesn't make
Yeah.
it sweet,
That's nuts.
excellent, perfect.
This
That
is
is
the
not-
best burger I've ever had
Right.
in my life.
Can I get that with no ketchup? Perfect.
You're gonna see a beautiful naked woman one day, Nick, and you're
Can
gonna
I
be
get
like
that
perfect, and she's gonna be like, "You motherfucker!" That's just what the same verb adjective you use to describe
your
your
burger.
hamburger with no ketchup. And you're like, "Well,
Fuck, but you'll be like that burger though.
that burger."
Oh,
Ba-dum-bum-ch.
only the hard-hitting topics on FAQ.
Right,
True.
We
Or
get to the bottom of
char-boiled
things.
chicken just with barbecue sauce.
Perfect.
right.
Excellent.
2015,
Absolutely.
everybody.
It's got me like,
Sweet.
yeah.
All right, so next thing on the agenda. Type. Movies, 2015. We had
It
a
was a good year.
we had a short break. I was listening to old episodes when I was trying to figure out how many people were in each one. And at one point we were talking about how it wasn't a good year, like halfway through. We said we got the Avengers,
Jurassic World,
Jurassic World,
and Fast and or Furious 7.
I think that was it. The only movies that we really
It was
saw.
like boom, 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 break,
Oh,
and
break.
then
Star
Wars.
But
Wars.
isn't there always like a break at that after summer though for a little bit until
Yeah,
Thanksgiving, Christmas time?
there is. Always
I mean, I don't know a
yeah.
whole lot about I know more about the video game industry of when big titles hit, but yeah, movies. I feel like it's just summer, and then you have your winter
Your winter movies.
movies.
Feel good.
And then your
'Cause you're-
indie hits
Right.
afterwards.
Yeah, and your winter movies, usually like your fall and winter movies are for the Academy Awards coming in February. So they're going to be the like really good movies, the really good actors. Usually it's Leonardo DiCaprio in it playing another amazing performance.
You have more dramas
not
in the
getting
winter.
nominated. Yeah. But
Winter is a very dramatic.
then you
time
have your
period.
January movies, and everybody always says like if January movies are just like, yeah, sure, that's a good movie. We'll release it in January.
Well, it makes sense because you want to get out of the way of all the winter movies.
Because no one goes to the theater in January because everyone's like, they spend all their money in
Mhm.
Christmas. So January's like they said, if you ever want your movie to die, release it in January. That's what I learned in film school.
So it's like, oh, we're releasing the Chipmunks 4.
Right.
Alvin and the
Or-
Chipmunks 4 in
You'll-
January.
You'll see some stupid like movie with like some wannabe action character like when what's his face Tyler Perry, who does those stupid movies where he plays that like
Hey,
that black
a nice
woman
lady.
in disguise, but he's actually a guy. And he's like everybody
Medea?
hates him, Medea, whatever.
Norbit?
Right? Yeah. So he
Norbit.
does all of a sudden out of nowhere he does this movie where he's like playing this action FBI cop going.
Oh,
against
he's made
this
a lot of
serial
money,
cop.
huh? Okay, very much,
Yeah.
guy.
And he does this one movie called Alex Cross, and he's like this detective or this FBI agent tracing down this serial killer, and they square off and they fight, and everyone's like, "Wait, is this the guy who was playing a black woman in drag?
Like
a black man in drag, apparently. It's Tyler Perry, and this was an action movie of his that was released in February, and it was terrible.
So Tyler Perry,
I've never heard.
I'm
of it.
reading the 35 richest black actors in the
I've
world.
heard of black people that hate Tyler Perry. That's crazy.
Well, they
because-
make jokes about
right.
him too.
Black people
Yeah.
make jokes about Tyler Perry.
He's like the Adam Sandler,
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah, to the white man.
So he's worth
Yeah.
400 million.
Jewish man.
Bill Cosby is in second place, and he makes 300. He's made 350 million.
Yeah,
Wait, Lifetime?
Yes,
but he
that's what his net worth right now.
Didn't
Will
he
Smith.
drugs and rapes a lot of
Bill
girls.
Cosby's about to like lose all
everything.
that money, but he doesn't care. He's 80, so he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
whatever.
die soon anyway.
He's
I'm
Just
dead
dream.
anyway.
Will Smith is at fourth place and 200 million, and then I can't believe this. There's a lot of guys on here who I think are worth more than Bill Cosby, but I guess not. Samuel Jackson is 150 million. Denzel Washington is 140. Tyler Perry is 400 million. He could buy
Wow.
Samuel
Holy
Jackson,
crap.
Denzel Washington, and Martin Lawrence.
Is this a slavery joke?
No.
whoa.
No, was
Whoa,
it?
we're getting I like to touch girls
think
and
it
we're
was?
getting slavery jokes. Neither of them represent the views of fact cast members.
Amen.
Except for Nick and Nick.
Nick and Nick.
If you're laughing at it.
They will not be asked
Yeah.
back to the show.
Mackenzie's watching.
So what were your favorite? My girlfriend's not watching actually. Maybe she watched the first 100.
Jurassic
times.
World.
Jurassic World. That's yours. Why that beat out everything else?
Jurassic World.
Everything. Like, Star Wars was really good. I loved it. I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but the hype was so high that it had to be that good. You know, like it being amazing isn't going to wow anybody.
I see what you mean.
Like, with Jurassic World, it was like we were talking about it, long before it even came out. It's either going to be, like, really good or really bad, and I was just expecting the worst. I was just expecting it to be really bad, and I loved it.
Yeah, definitely. It was either going to be really good or really bad. I was definitely looking forward to Jurassic World. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, so I was really, waiting for this movie to come out for the longest time. And when it did, I was very happy with it. But Star Wars, I think because the prequels were so bad that I honestly think people were like, please, dear God, make this movie at least good. And not expecting it to be great. But obviously it still had a lot of hype because it's Star Wars. But
That's
I
so
don't know. I'm in a toss up between Jurassic World and Star Wars as far as like the best ones. And like I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. But
I think those are the
was
only two
very
movies that really
impressed.
came out this year.
Yeah, I was impressed with Star Wars. I was
Avengers.
very excited for Furious 7 to come out because I'm also a huge Fast and Furious fan, but I actually thought Furious 7 was one of the worst Fast and Furious movies of all the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, let's get into that. Why do you think that?
Because I just thought they totally
Just fire right into it.
totally like went away from they borderline the other movies borderlined on like fantasy kind of keeping reality like I mean they were right there at the line where okay if you do one more stupid stunt like then you've lost me like you're just now just it's almost like
Oh, you mean the
when
whole
something
bridge
goes
scene?
so over the top that it becomes comedy.
Oh, you mean the scene where they're going through buildings in Dubai and jumping onto the next
Right.
one?
Yeah, or how about a helicopter flying around downtown Los Angeles, blowing up cars left and right
You should have
without
said
a single
spoilers.
cop car, or spoiler alert by the way, but without a single cop car, or
That's
how
a very
about
good point.
the United
we
States
should be better
like
about that.
military
into it.
like coming in saying like, hey, there's this terrorist in a helicopter just shooting the shit out of cities or shooting the shit out of the car in the city right now. Like the whole movie was just them driving around the streets of Los Angeles, which were empty, by the way, and a helicopter chased them around and shot and blew up the cars. And then The Rock, with a chain gun, just shot down a helicopter.
Sounds real.
And then Vin Diesel got in a car, which he launched off a
I thought you were gonna say you got naked.
parking garage into a helicopter, and then it fell down like 100.
So
feet.
you didn't like
Onto
it. So
Paul
you didn't like
Walker.
it.
They were bordering on that line of, don't you dare cross over or else it's going to just be stupid. And in 7, they were just like, you know what, guys, let's just be
blow through the
stupid.
line.
And I was like, that was the one movie I think everybody looked forward to because, Paul Walker, rest in peace. That was his last movie. And I really expected it to be awesome. I thought Fast and Furious 6 was like the best of all of them. And I was like, all the way up here, I was like, yeah, this is great. Like, they keep getting better and better and better. And then 7 comes out. And even when I left 7, I tried so hard to be like, no, please, like, this movie was good. Let me just look past some of these bad parts. And I couldn't. And I was really disappointed with it.
Because Fast and Furious 6 was a very grounded, realistic.
It borderlined on that line. I told you, a fantasy, realism, stupid versus awesome. Like it borderlined on that, and 7 just crossed over, didn't even care.
I think the
whatever.
point here
I
is
get what you're
that the
saying.
reason why they have to do all this is because the audience who's into modding up your Honda Civic doesn't exist anymore. What are
Right.
they into? Superhero movies. What do they need? They need more explosions, more cool stunts. They need a lot of like cool CGI type stuff like that. I think the overall story had a good plot line. I like Jason Statham. Like, do you think the plot was
Statham was
terrible?
awesome.
I thought the
Well,
plot
I
was
thought the
fine.
plot was good all the way up until Kurt Russell comes in and says, "Hey guys, we're gonna actually take you away. We're gonna go find these terrorists who have this one thing that I want, but Yeah, I know this other guy you guys are trying to find right now, but we're gonna put that on hold so you can find this thing that these terrorists have to then use.
Really got to get better
to
at just not blatantly
find-
giving out spoilers for movies.
to find the terrorist. You're gonna find these terrorists who have this thing that you're gonna use to find the guy who is actually chasing you throughout the movie. So why do they need to go find the terrorist who have this thing that can find the bad guy that's chasing them the whole time? When they could just be like, hey, how about we just show up at this one spot because this bad guy somehow seems to always show up too.
Are you guys following any of this?
That's what I'm saying.
I saw
The
the movie
plot
and I'm
of
confused.
Furious 7
Good
was
point.
so
All right.
stupid.
Nick, what was your favorite movie this year? And for the
I-
love
I-
of God, keep
I'd
it
like to
short.
go back to Fast and Furious when we get a chance.
Yes, me too.
Okay, then
Me
do it now.
too.
Take it now.
Okay. I just think it's interesting for the entire franchise how it has just evolved from one thing into just complete, like you're talking about a little bit, Honda
Mhm.
Civic Racers into just something completely
It's
like
street racing, yeah.
ridiculously different. Because I mean, in the first one, they were boosting like electronics from basically a
Trailer.
yeah
Like a semi truck.
a semi truck, and they go from that to international multi-million-dollar heists, military operations, and it's just like, how do you get from here to
Yeah,
there?
like Dominic Toretto is like just a street racing badass dude who
Yeah,
can
thug.
beat up
He's
a couple
basically a
other
thug.
badass street racing dudes to all of a sudden fighting like international like assassins and beating up like DEA agents and things like
Mhm.
that, getting away from the DEA, the federal government, everything. But 10 years ago he's in the streets of LA racing his Mazda RX-7. So
What company?
A thug boosting trailers.
right.
What's the producing company? Not the producers.
Universal.
It's Universal.
Which
Yep.
also
Maybe it's just because they're too afraid to just rely completely on plot, and
well, yeah.
maybe they'll do a. This last one sold gangbusters. They're not going to go back on this new formula now. They made so much money.
Yeah,
Why would they go
Ghostbusters
back?
Came out too.
They made like it. What was? Yeah.
Did
Well,
it?
No, it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, that's
It hasn't come out yet.
No.
Dude, it comes out this year.
I said gangbusters.
Yeah.
I said Ghostbusters.
I know what you said.
But I think what was crazy about 2015 is when Fast and Furious came out, it was the fastest movie to make $1 billion,
Fastest.
right? And then
It's also
guess
the most
what?
furious.
Jurassic World comes out, becomes the fastest movie to make $1 billion.
and
then
then
Star Wars comes
And
out, becomes the fastest
then-
movie to make $1 billion. All three of those movies came out in 2015. That is actually kind of cool. And
So that
Universal-
is the best part about 2015 for movies.
Yeah.
Is that it broke so many records, and that's awesome. People are still going to movies.
Universal and
$1 billion.
Disney, though, this is their year. Universal had Jurassic World and Fast and Furious. Disney had Avengers 2 and
Mhm.
Star Wars. Like, that's insane. They both made like so much money this year. It's crazy. They both broke records.
hand over fist.
You know what it
Right.
is though. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they made so much money because we said, "Well, what movies came out this year?" and we named those movies. No one else. Did you see many other movies, Nick, this year? Besides,
I saw some movies, but not as much as I normally do.
I saw Spectre, James Bond.
That's what I was gonna ask.
007.
well, okay, we'll get into that in a second. But I feel like that could be the reason why all these movies made all this money is because nobody else saw anything else, and they're like, "Well, let's go see the new."
Ant-Man.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I know for one, to go off of what you're saying a little bit, I don't go and see movies willy-nilly. I got to be really excited to see a
Mhm.
movie to actually make it out. I mean, also just because, my work schedule makes it tough to go see movies with you guys,
Well, and now Netflix
So,
is here, and you
yeah.
can rent movies at home a lot easier than you used to be able to. So you're like,
Mhm.
well, screw it, I'll just wait.
Yeah. So it's just, if I'm going to go see a movie, I'm never just like, I'd like to go see a movie this week. What's out? Oh, that looked kind of good. It's like, oh my God, I'm excited to see this movie. I'm going to make it a priority seeing this movie. I'm going to make it a priority seeing this movie, with my friends, you guys, and it's going to happen. I'm not going to just go do
I
that for
agree.
Ant-Man, for Monkey Kingdom.
The excitement
Kingdom.
level.
I really
has
like
been
Monkey
down.
Kingdom, but what you're saying is all for
I need
nothing.
Viagra.
All or nothing,
Yes.
basically.
What?
Well, I said the excitement level has been down. Maybe I need Viagra.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick. Nick, what was your favorite movie this year?
Star Wars.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Thank you.
We can talk about this together. So why was it Star Wars for you?
Just because I actually like the movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's big.
And it was
helps.
worth I saw it twice.
I actually want to
So
see.
if I
I want to
saw
see
it
it
twice,
again. I don't know the last time I
I'd
wanted to
go
see
see
it
it
twice.
again. I go see it at the IMAX. That's where I want to go see it.
Yeah,
Okay,
me
I mean,
too. I want to see it in
Yeah.
IMAX too.
All right, so we're gonna stop filming right now and go see it.
Let's go, gang!
the IMAX.
Yay!
Yeah.
We'll continue filming in a theater.
Yeah, I think they did everything right with Star Wars. I feel like I smiled more during Star Wars than I have in any film in recent memory.
Transformers: Age
Yeah.
of Extinction.
What about Transformers? Yeah, Age of Extinction. That's a good one.
Oh my god, dude! I left that movie early to
Mark
go
Wahlberg.
drink by myself, and my girlfriend's like, "Wait a minute, I'll come with you." And then we both sat at the bar, didn't say a word to
and
each
I was
other.
upset that nobody told me.
I
Yeah.
stayed in the theater and I was like, I will suffer through this. I will.
You guys did that?
I did.
Really?
Well, they all
I
left.
suffered through it. I didn't
Nick
know they
and
were
I
going to the
sat in
bar.
there, and Nick was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, I want to leave," and I was like, "No, we're in this together. We will bear through this." We
Victor
will
did
do
actually
this."
pull out his Batman voice.
Yeah, dude.
I
stayed
said,
in there.
Victor, let's leave. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
One shall rise, one shall fall.
No guns, no killing.
I was
We
quoting the
stayed there.
animated movie. Did you guys ever see that one? The
No.
new Transformers movie? Oh my god, it's so. You don't have to be homosexual to enjoy it, trust me. No, there's one famous scene where he fights, like, Optimus Prime fights Megatron, and, like, he looks him in the eye. He's like, this is the
Oh,
last
we're
time
not talking about
Megatron.
Inside Out?
No.
Oh, I forgot
Inside
about
Out.
that movie.
Did you guys see Inside Out?
I saw
I
that.
thought that's what
I
you're talking
see
about with the
Inside Out.
animated film.
No,
No.
What do you
it's
think
a
of-
Transformers
What do you
animated
think of
film.
Inside Out?
Anyway, so it came out in 1980, and
Time out.
he looks Optimus Prime in the eye, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you." Optimus Prime he's like, "Good, Megatron." He's like, "When this is over," he's like, "One shall stand, one shall fall," and then he kills Optimus Prime. That's the beginning of the movie. You guys haven't seen the 1980 movie? It's
no,
so
but don't
good.
they use that quote though? in one of
Spoilers.
I
the
thought he plays for
Transformer
the
movies?
Detroit Lions.
They used it. What?
Megatron. Dude, okay. Anyway, wait. Back to Inside Out. I did like Inside Out.
You
My
did?
girlfriend cried.
What would you?
I didn't
think-
watch Inside Out.
Your
What would
girlfriend
you-
cried while skiing, dude.
Wow.
She did. My girlfriend cried when she flushed the toilet and
Didn't flush.
didn't flush.
Oh,
My
man, I wish I
girlfriend
was there.
Did you see the thing? Did you see the thing on Reddit? It's some guy talking about how his girlfriend cries over everything. He's like, he made a big list of all these things his girlfriend cried over, and like one of them was she just read in a newspaper article that swans can be gay, and she thought it was beautiful. He's like, my girlfriend cries over everything.
Oh my
Ah,
god.
jeez.
Dump the bitch.
Dump her. No heartbeat.
It's not my girlfriend.
I go drink a beer after.
All right, anyway,
Hey, what'd
back
you
on
give
topic.
Inside Out though? What rating?
What rating?
For a
Six.
Pixar movie. Where's it rank in the Pixar charts?
Dude, I don't know. Every single Pixar movie I see, I think is great. I don't know. I think it's better than Toy Story 3, worse
What?
than
No
Wall-E.
way.
I think it's
Worse
worse
than
than,
Wall-E?
worse than Finding Nemo.
Where's Big Hero 6 in this?
Bureau
Bureau?
tied.
That's not Pixar though.
Tied. No, you're right. That's just straight Disney. But who cares? It's a fucking Disney animated shit.
I want to see that movie again.
I thought it was damn good.
I haven't
Fallout
seen it
Boy?
yet.
Okay, anyway.
Fallout
so-
Boy?
Are we done with this? We done with
The
the,
Good
the whole movie
Dinosaur.
thing?
That's a Pixar movie.
I've covered everything I need
Oh,
to talk
Dinosaur.
about. Oh, we're going to
Good
talk
Dinosaur.
about
Good
Spectre.
Dinosaur.
Oh, yeah. You
I
guys
was-
saw Spectre.
One of
I'm
like
going to go
the,
grab beer.
I was one of the probably, I'd say 18 to 20 people that actually saw that movie, but I was happy. Nick, you saw it?
No, sorry.
Oh.
I was gonna.
Yeah, I want to see it though.
It was definitely a different take on a Bond film, kind of the same. Well, it's the same director as Skyfall, and a lot of people don't like the direction that Bond is heading. But
Even though it made the most money, Skyfall, but I didn't like it.
I thought it was good. I thought they were both a good update on the whole Bond series, and that's all I have to say on it, really, because nobody else seen it.
That's it?
That's it.
I like my Bond movies that have action, unlike Skyfall, which for the last 30 minutes of the film just decided to not have any action sequences and set in a barn. And that
It was full action the last 30 minutes.
Not a Skyfall.
Yeah.
No, they sat in his house or his random
alert.
parents' house.
Well, yeah.
We're spoiling the
Okay.
shit out of movies again.
Okay. So you can't.
The last 30 minutes were boring. Is all I
Adele
That's
will
fine.
say.
That's fine. That's all you gotta say.
They
Adele
blew up the damn
singing.
house.
They sat in the house all fucking movie.
They drove
last
a
30 minutes of the
helicopter into
movie.
the house.
Right, and then he went down to his basement, and then he sat in there for another 20 minutes. Then he ran out into the
He
field.
blew up his own house.
Okay, then he ran into the field of whatever it was in
Barley.
the farmland, and they just the music just died, and it was just him running around
Hello,
pantsing, trying to find the bad guy. And where was the bad guy?
He fought a guy on a frozen lake, shot the lake, fell in there, and had to fight him underwater.
No, dude, we're talking about the last part of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, okay, before that, though, what was before the lake?
I mean, they had to set the trap.
Where did they leave the house after it blew up, and where did they drag the movie on to another part?
Have you guys played Rainbow Six Siege? You gotta set the traps in the house first before you blow up that barn.
Exactly.
They blew up the house.
Then they ran to the church.
They ran to the church.
Serious
then
shit
guess
that went
what?
down.
Another 10 minutes is wasted to see M die in the church, which took 10
Ladies and
minutes.
gentlemen,
It was bullshit.
thank you for listening to the Fat Cast. We're gonna be back right after this. We're gonna talk about video games, a little bit of Victor's Sports Box if he gets his mic back.
Sports box.
You clearly don't
I
remember.
did not like. I definitely remember because I just watched it. I don't remember.
Okay. Video games.
Video games.
Video games.
Yay.
We're gonna go through this as quickly and painfully as
Okay.
possible.
Best video game of 2015?
No. We're gonna go by game and when they were released. All of us have played one of these games. Victor really only played one. He might have seen bits and pieces of the others. Do your best to, pretend you care,
Okay.
but still be your normal douchey self.
okay.
Like,
I'll try.
like when we're like me and Matt.
I'm
when you guys
Ron
are talking
Burgundy.
about
Right.
Okay,
sports.
let's get
Okay.
right into it. You guys
Alright.
ready? We're ready.
And at the very least, just make up something ridiculous.
All right. I'm good at that.
Released on January 27th, 2015. Dying Light. Here's what we're gonna do. It's the person that's played it. You're gonna guess the Metacritic score. Okay.
Nick,
I
Well, actually,
think-
no, just give us your score.
My score, 67.
67. Okay.
what about my score?
I think that the Metacritic, though, is probably pretty high. It's probably mid-80s.
Okay. So synopsis is: Dying Light is an open-world, first-person survival horror game. Metacritic score is a 74.
It's high.
So questions for you, Nick.
Yeah.
So I came with questions on the
Answers.
side. I kind of took them from Reddit, made up a few on my own. Questions: Is the combat fun? Simple yes or no.
No.
No, not fun. Is the world engaging?
No.
Is the loot system worthwhile?
No.
No. God damn. Okay, on to the next one.
On to the next.
Evolve. This is another game that only Nick played. This came out. This year I thought was a good year for video games, but it started off pretty weak.
Okay.
February
did.
10th.
Started real slow.
What would you give Evolve out of 10?
54
54.
out of 100.
Evolve is a first-person shooter that is a multiplayer only game. Was the gameplay fun?
No. It should have been. The premise is awesome. It should have been. What was the Metacritic score?
77. Sorry.
Okay, I was going to guess like 58.
Yeah, so that's higher than Dying Light.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this game, Evolve, Victor?
Nope.
No, it came out for Xbox. You're either a monster or the four people trying to trap the monster. So, like, on paper, it sounds
The
fun.
premise is really
You play
cool.
with all your friends. One person's the monster. Everyone else is trying to trap you. Problem is you can never meet up with your friends, and all you do is meet people online. They're just jerks.
Yeah.
You can never find the monster.
Questions. More questions. You got more questions? I got more answers.
Did you know anything about the DLC? So this game got a lot of flack for its DLC plan. If you go out and look at how much DLC it has, there's like 6 times as much content available in DLC that came out in the actual game.
Really?
Yeah. This is a 2K game.
The only
Dying Light was Warner Brothers, by the way.
the only thing that I really knew about the
NBA
DLCs
2K15?
is
That's right.
I saw some of the characters
Mm-hmm.
and I played with I played with some of the I don't think I played with any of the DLC, but I played with like the ones that you just unlock. And they're just not that cool or interesting. There was none that like made me go, yeah,
Mhm.
I want to go out and purchase that.
Or I want to purchase it because I've already spent hours and hours with the first guy, I think is the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did you hear about this game, Nick?
I sure did.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can't believe you bought that. Matt.
Another one for Nick. I'll get into it a little bit. Don't worry, Arkham Knight's coming up soon, Victor.
Thank
Okay,
God.
spoiler alerts for
What
everyone
about my
else.
Nintendo?
No one cares about Nintendo. Witcher 3. This is released on PS4. No, we're going to get into Nintendo.
Okay.
Witcher 3 was released on PS4 and Xbox. Did you see what Witcher 3 was? You're running around.
Briefly for a second.
Can you try to describe Witcher 3 at all?
Yes.
I thought it was actually really bad graphics for a PlayStation 4 game. That's my only impression of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really good.
I thought it was pretty.
See, I don't understand that.
I thought
Because
it was prettier than a $2 whore.
it had graphics from a PlayStation 3 game and an Xbox 360 game. I just remember my first impression watching you guys play was, wow, this game has really bad graphics. But apparently you guys thought it was good.
Well, there were some parts that like looked better than others, so I can see how there were definitely some parts that didn't.
Their
look that
facial
good.
animations, I thought, were incredibly well done.
Mm-hmm.
So, with The Witcher 3 is currently one like of all the major video game outlets.
It's the game of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gotten like 90% of the awards for Game of the Year.
Really?
So, questions for you, Nick.
Answers.
What do you give it out of 10?
I'd give it high, but not super high. I'd give it maybe like a 82.
82. Metacritic was a 91.
Really?
Real high.
Wow.
Was the story well written?
The story was well written, but too long and just drug on. And like,
I agree with you.
the pacing was kind of poor. Like there were times when it was like kind of cool that it just drug on because it made you just explore and it slowed the pace down a little bit. But there were times when it's just like, come on, let's get to the next story point. And then it was like you just want to go do this thing and see what's gonna happen, and it's just like, oh, you got to go find this old man and talk to him, and he's got a quest for you, and you got to go find another guy, and it's just like,
If you would have just made it a good 40% less,
yeah,
it would have been better. Yeah. Is the combat fun?
Comment's fun.
Was the world engaging and thought out?
It was pretty engaging.
So two of those three questions, yes.
And then you definitely like, they did it well because they brought you to different like environments.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of
I
the
agree.
later games we'll probably talk about. It's just like you're stuck in the same environment for the entire game, and then like this one, you end up on like, like a snowy peak in the middle of a snowstorm, and it's pretty cool because it's like, wow, I haven't seen this before, and I've played a lot of this game, and I haven't seen this.
Sure.
This is awesome.
Yeah, like the whole game was just forest, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, there's something
Now
new.
I'm in Nurgaspogastan. Nick, on
Yes.
May 29th, Nintendo released a game. It was a third-person shooter. It was a third-person shooter. It was called Splatoon.
It sure was.
Placenta?
You own a Wii U. That's the only system you own right now.
Right.
So you're stuck with.
Don't forget about my 3DS.
That's
right.
And it's
XL.
and it's a vast library.
XL.
of wonderful games.
XL.
Zip.
You guys hungry?
So Nick, out of 10, what do you give? What would you give Splatoon?
Splatoon?
Yep.
I give it an 8.8.
8.8.
Yeah.
Metacritic score is an 81. That's
What?
still
No,
pretty.
It's not, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's still higher than the first two we mentioned, Dying Light and Evolve. Questions for you.
Answers.
Good one.
Thanks.
There you go.
Is the gameplay fun?
It's pretty fun, yeah.
Do you still play it?
No,
No.
that's the thing. I don't still play it.
How do you feel about the content since it came out? Because
Like
they
the
keep so this
DLC
game,
content?
but they've been piecemealing you out free DLC since it came out, and that's
Yeah.
the way they've been trying to make this. Nintendo's trying to make this multiplayer shooter they've never done before, like engaging, and they're trying to keep people to just stay hooked into the game. Did it work a little bit for you, or no?
It did work, actually. Well, I don't know.
But not
'cause
well
I
enough.
don't, still play, but it's fun to, see, they're adding stuff to it. But what makes me mad is you can only play 2 stages at a time. You can't pick your stages.
Yeah, that's because they're afraid. That's their problem. They're afraid little kids are too dumb to understand how that shit works.
Yeah. So that's my only concern with it. And the multiplayer, it's dumb because you have to... Pretty much you have to have the Wii U Pro Controller to play with 2 players, right?
Well, I've never even tried to do that. I didn't even know it was multiplayer.
Well, it's not multiplayer, really, because you have to have the controller.
So it's not multiplayer.
Really, no. So
No.
It's just single.
Well, good job, Nintendo.
Thank you.
You're not Nintendo. Victor Carranza Jr.
Yeah.
That's it
It's
for
the-
Nintendo?
No. That's it for we're going through the months.
Okay.
Okay.
What you've been waiting for.
For June, on June 23rd, Arkham Knight came out.
That's right.
Arkham Knight is a 2015 action adventure game developed by
Batman.
Rocksteady, produced by Warner Brothers. It concluded the entire series.
Batman.
Yes, I liked it.
So what do you give it out of 10?
I would give it an 8 out of 10, but I think it got like a 71 or 2 or something from most people.
So this game was all over the board because on PC it got a 70.
PC, PC, that's
Yes.
a whole other story.
PC didn't work
Oh,
on
yeah.
day one. They removed it off like all of these online stores because the game had game-ending bugs like all over
Right.
the place. It would crash your system, shit would freeze. You'd have to just turn your entire
Freeze.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Freeze would come out and he'd punch you in the face, and you're like, "What is this?" I get it. So it got a 71 through an 87. 87 was the PS4 score.
Nice.
Xbox
Okay.
score. 71 was the
PC
the PC score.
And I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it was the best of all the Batman games they made.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was awesome. I love the story. I was just disappointed in 2 things. One was I won't spoil it. I won't spoil this.
Actually, I have an Xbox now. Did you see that?
Yep, you did.
I need to borrow it.
All right. I'll come over here and play it, and you can watch me. But
Cool.
I
Most
the
Victor
Arkham
answer I've
Knights,
ever heard.
was a totally original character, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't like who the Arkham Knight was.
And I have I know who it is. Yes, it's him fighting himself.
Batman was the Arkham Knight.
Okay, so my question's for you then.
Wait. And
Oh.
the other thing I did not like was I loved the tank. I love the Batmobile being used as a tank. However, towards the end of the game, they depended too much on a tank battle. And I was like, this isn't Batman. This is stupid. This is not
tanks of
Batman.
war.
Yeah, they did
And there was a little bit too much dependence on the tank. So I liked it at first.
Tank.
Didn't really like it towards the end. Loved the Arkham Knight. Didn't like who he was in the end. But at the end of the day, I thought it was still the best Batman game ever. And I've been playing it still to this day. I've beaten it like 4 times.
Okay, so my questions for you were, how was the story? You're saying the story was good.
Story was good.
Great.
Not great.
Good, not great.
Good.
How was the Batmobile? Good in the beginning, overused towards the end because you realize that this isn't a tank shooting game. It's supposed to be
Exactly.
Batman.
Yep.
It's stealth and beat 'em up.
Yep.
Okay, so then the only question that I have for you left is, did it conclude the series well enough?
It did
Ooh.
conclude the series. However, like any good story, it ended with you wanting definitely a lot more
Well, that's
and
good
wanting
then.
to see what happens next. And I will not be mad at that. I was frustrated that they ended it like that, and I was like, God bless America.
It's kind of a cop
I
out.
need to see this. I don't even know if
Just
that,
cutting. Did you just like do a
no,
thing where it cuts
like
the credits?
it
or?
ended the story, but then it started a whole different new story, and then ended to like tease you to like, oh my God, I want to see more. Like I want more to happen. Like I want to play more. So I can't get mad at that. I applaud that. But it's just, damn it,
It's frustrating.
I want to see how it ends now. But the actual story of the game ended though.
So my understanding is the DLC for that game was pretty like a lot of games that came out in the past couple games.
Yeah.
Past couple years, sorry.
Mhm.
The DLC for this is crazy. They released the DLC. They say go ahead and sign up for it, and they the whole package, and they didn't explain what the DLC was even going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Did they kind of instill upon you that if you get the DLC, maybe some of these questions will be answered? There's like a Harley Quinn pack. There's a pack where you play Batgirl.
Red
and then
Hood.
yeah, and then
Can
what
you
was-
bang Harley Quinn?
No,
No,
They
not
can't do
not
that.
not porn Batman
Yeah.
games official
Yeah,
yet.
We're not there yet.
Well, it doesn't mean it's porn. Can you romance Harley Quinn?
No, that's different. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yes, the answer is yes. Okay.
But I don't know. I think I was like living on YouTube for those DLCs to learn like what am I gonna get, what am I
Mhm.
like gonna be into. So I wasn't like disappointed. I expected, I got obviously I saw what the DLCs were gonna be about. I think the really cool part though was seeing all the different Batmobiles and got to play as like
Yeah, I saw some of that.
1989 Batmobile. The Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale Batmobile. Like that was cool. I like
But that doesn't really give you a reason to jump back into the world, just to drive around that mobile.
It was just to
solve
drive
more.
around those Batmobiles for a second. You got to hear the Batman theme song from 1989 though. That was kind of cool.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Can you play as George Clooney?
Is
No,
that what
they-
that is?
No bat nipples in this game. No bat nipples.
Is the 1989 song the? I thought that was the animated series.
I think they used it. Yeah.
All right, can we
Nice.
Okay, so one game we're not going to talk about. I guess we can talk about it a little bit, Nick. Metal Gear Solid 5. Ooh, I skipped one. Sorry, Nick. Rocket League.
Oh.
7/7/2015. Did you guys like that game? You guys played a little bit of it? Thought it was
I liked
interesting?
it. Frustrating as hell, but I liked it.
I
So-
give it a 30 out of 100.
30 out of 100. So this has the best synopsis, I think. Rocket League is a physics-based vehicle soccer video game. All the synopsis I grabbed from Wikipedia. What do you think that one you guys got out of 10 on Metacritic? I mean, I give that game
I think
800.
you say physics. I think the word you were looking for is bullshit.
No, it's completely physics-based.
I would
That's
give
awesome.
it a 9 out of 10, and the only reason I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 is because it just frustrates me so much, and I think it is a 10 out of 10, though. But Victor Carranza thinks it's a 9 out of 10 because he's frustrated.
So the questions for this one, and I'll go ahead and answer it. Is the learning curve too steep? My
Yes.
answer is no, just because it's a physics-based game, and
Bullshit based game.
I feel like people are still learning how to do random shit in it, and it's just the ball is in the fucking air. You have a boost button, jump up and get it.
I think they could have made the controls a little bit easier,
Mm-hmm.
but
The other question I had was, is the DLC handled all right? So it's $3 for these packs. One of the packs was for the Back to the Future.
That's
You saw that one?
yeah,
Oh, that was worth $3.
I liked it.
Okay,
Worth it.
on to the next one. Okay, so I think Rocket League is tied for my game of the year. Metal Gear Solid 5, Nick.
What about it?
What do you give that out of 10? We played it a little bit. We didn't really get hooked on it.
I give it.
We only have 3 more left on the
I
whole
give
rest of the year.
a 75 just based on exactly what you said. I didn't get hooked on it.
Mhm.
I wanted to like it. I liked. I almost said Grand Theft Auto. Metal Gear
I liked
Solid.
Grand Theft Auto.
I liked Metal Gear Solid 4. That hooked me, even though it was a crazy story and you had no idea what was going on most of the time. But this one just didn't hook me.
I think the reason why it didn't hook me was because I don't think there was enough story going on. It was just they mainly played it as a just go out and solve all these missions and do shit. And that's awesome for people who like that.
Yeah.
But that's not what I thought it was going to be. And then after
Neither did
playing,
I. And that's not what the series is about.
and for me after playing Witcher 3 and still not even beating that shit, I was like, oh god, it's a whole other game full of these check boxes, and that would have been cool. Like, that's the coolest thing in the world freaking 6 years ago. And this year was just full of these games. There was big open world games. Go and collect this Riddler trophy. Go and collect this skull. Go and do this fucking thing.
I
And
spent hours on the Riddler trophy collecting bullshit. But I wanted to get 100% completion on Arkham Knight, and I did. And I wanted to do that from the very beginning, and I did.
Well, we're very proud of you.
Succeeded. I love Batman.
There was just nothing very rewarding about the game of Metal Gear Solid. Like you, at least as far as I saw, you don't really see anything different. You're just wandering around. What is it, Afghanistan?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, great, more desert. I live in the desert. I don't need to see this anymore. And Metal Gear Solid 4, they took you all over the world. They took you from, the shitty desert to jungles to, battles on boats. They took you everywhere. There's a crazy backstory going on. And in this one, it's just like not a whole lot going on. Like they're building up to they're kind of setting up as a prequel to everything of how this guy became this guy. But to not spoil, but it just didn't
Some
grab
glass
me.
in his face. You see that shit, Nick?
I saw that.
Oh my god.
And when you
I
do
sure
evil
did
things, he
see
turns
that.
like more horny devil.
But it's interesting though, because
horny.
you said well the whole game is based in the desert. Victor liked Arkham Knight. The whole game is based in Gotham, right?
Yep.
Witcher 3 was pretty much all based in a forest. So I mean, there's certain things you like about other games, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, the whole
Ish.
thing is very, very subjective for video games.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of very, very silly. Okay. Oh,
But
by the way, they got the highest score on Metacritic of the entire year at a 95,
What?
beating out Witcher.
What did?
A Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Oh.
I think you would like that game, honestly. You snipe people, you're stealthy. That's the
like
whole
that.
point of the game.
Yeah. I guess it's not so much that the scenery didn't change, but just the overall feeling of the game didn't change at all.
You got dropped off in a helicopter.
Yeah.
You went down. You shot some guys. You extracted some people, or you got a piece of intel
You got real frustrated because you couldn't sneak around.
because you sucked at sneaking. That's the thing is that
And that's the other thing.
you suck at being sneaky. I'm okay at being sneaky. I feel like Victor would probably love this game.
Yeah.
I
Nick?
like to be sneaky.
Yes.
On September. Wait, that's not how you say it. The 11th of September.
Oh yes.
It was the official date for Super Mario Maker. They didn't say it was released on 9/11. They didn't say it was released on September 11th.
They did it.
They literally called it the 11th of September in all of their ads. Super Mario Maker came out. It's a
I
side-scrolling
remember
platform
that day very well.
game
Never
creation
forget.
system. Never forget. So, Nick,
Yes.
what do you give that one out of 10? You played it a little bit.
I'm gonna give it the same as. I'm gonna go higher than Splatoon, 8.9.
8.9. What do you think Metacritic gave it?
Ooh, they had to give it a 90.
72.
88. 88. A little bit
Ooh,
less.
see, I was
It's
close.
pretty close to what you
I was gonna
get.
say 88, but I was like,
But it was given a lot of rewards because it was just. So, question for you: do you think the tools were easy to use to play?
No, they weren't.
They were not.
I mean, yeah.
No, that's fine. I mean, they
No.
weren't.
Well, they're easier than like other games you do to create like levels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like to create things. I like
It was
to play
well
things.
implemented.
Exactly. That's the way I
Yes.
feel after playing this game, Super Mario Maker. After I made a few levels in either the NES world, the Super Nintendo world, or the fucking Wii U, wherever the hell it was, world. It made me realize, just give me a fucking game. Don't give me a reason to make a fucking game.
It was a good game
But-
though. It was my surprise hit.
What was your surprise hit?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like that game, but
It
I
was
did.
it was really cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay, Nick.
It was really cool to see some of the levels and designs that other people, mostly based in Asia, made. Like
They
there
were
were some really
mostly
cool
out of
ones.
Asia.
What's cool? The ones where you just have to
They just go.
where you just go right and then boof, you're off.
See, I was gonna say those are the ones I hate the most because they just.
Well, it's
feel
fun
the
to
very-
watch.
It's fun to watch, but that's like one of those. What's the name of the? Excuse me.
A gold Rube
Yes,
or Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg machine. It's like one of those. I mean, those are cool, but I'd rather just. I feel like the levels are either those ones where they just go by themselves, or you play it and you do your first jump and you jump on like a fucking toad head or something stupid, and surprise, it's a fake one, and you just drop into lava, and you're like, and then it shows you how many other people died right there. It's like 1,000. You're like, fuck you, and then somehow that's the next top one. You go to that one. Instead of a fucking mushroom thing, it's a turtle shell.
Yeah.
Then you die. Those are the two types of levels.
I feel like it gives a little bit of a glimpse on how difficult level design is because there's such a fine line in between this is easy, a baby could do it, and then what I like to call the Greg effect, because Greg loved making those levels, and they'd either be really easy or they'd be the most impossible, like precision requiring.
Fuck with you
Yeah.
type of shit.
Yeah, that are just not fun to play when it's like you got to make 7 jumps in a row, each one, requiring more precision than the last.
On to 11-10 2015.
Uh,
The last game of the year for us. You didn't play it. Fallout 4. Did you guys see this game at all? Did you guys
saw
think it
it,
looked
but I watched
you guys
slightly
play
neat?
it,
I'm
yes.
amazed you didn't at least try it.
I again thought the graphics looked bad.
Oh, see, you're one of those
Yeah,
graphics
I-
guys.
Like
I
when
said
I
I
watched
thought that
yeah,
too.
when I looked at like Arkham Knight, like I love the graphics in that game because I like the detail they put into everything, and that I really appreciated it. It looked really 3D when you watched it.
Mhm.
But in like
Really
Witcher
3D.
and in Fallout, like
Just a
just
little
things looked very, I don't know, 2D.
cinematography
They
looked
looked very
rushed.
rushed. They looked like PlayStation 3 graphics.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
just looked.
I don't think
like
you guys remember the
graphics from 10
PlayStation
years
3 and the
ago.
Xbox 360 is the problem.
No,
but-
the graphics
I
just
still
looked.
play my PlayStation.
They
3.
like when you looked at the floor and you looked at the ground and it was like outside and like the dirt and the leaves. It was all like blended into like one thing, and it just didn't like. It's when I say 3D because like in Arkham Knight, it was raining and there was stuff on the ground, there was debris and there was a street, and everything just it looked like the debris was on top of the street, the rain was on top of the street,
Mhm.
rain was like it looked 3D.
I
Whereas
think the difference is,
these did not.
granted, Arkham Knight is more of an open world game,
Mm.
but as far as open world games go, is that it's not a scripted sequence type of game where they say, well, we're going to set you on this path and this is where you're going to go. So we know this person's going to go down this corridor and we're going to make it look fucking perfect. The light's going to come in off this angle. That's because there's going to be a body right there. They're going to be walking this way and that's what they're going to see. For Fallout, it's just fucking go. You go
Well-
talk to somebody. you end up accidentally going to this building. You grab this weird ass person's like radiated helmet. You're like, what the hell do I have this? And then randomly you go walk to somebody in one of the main towns, and they say, "Hey, I really need you to do this. Where did you get that helmet?" And you're like, I'm not going to tell you fucking I got this helmet.
Pick it up.
And then you're like, well, would that have happened if I wouldn't have talked to you first? Well, if I would have talked to you first, would you have told me to go do this thing? That's the point of Fallout.
I don't know. I just think they put too much effort into like in the open world, like this the player.
But that is a fine complaint, though. I understand.
Batman also there is the main story, but there's also like a million different story things you can do, other than the main story, and you could just wander around the city like I did half the time and just beat up bad guys and get Riddler shit, and
beating up good guys.
It was pretty cool. You can't beat up good guys. You're Batman.
All right, so what are the questions you have?
Questions for Fallout are: is the world interesting? Interesting. This is what happens when I drink 3 beers. Is the world interesting?
I think it is, yes, but it's same as before. Like you say that with Witcher, it's just a lot of forest. I feel like it's not. Like it's primarily like based in forest, but there's like so many like different valleys and peaks and stuff. So much like weird random shit to see. I think that was interesting. Fallout did a better job of it with just like weird random like abandoned factories.
It's a lot more dense. I feel like you could just go into everything.
So they did a better job. It's still not to what I would expect, but I liked it a lot.
Is the combat fun? Now, don't get into the fact that I made my character only be able to use a sword, okay? He wasn't good with guns. He was kind of retarded. In fact, he actually was retarded. There's a perk where if he has less intelligence, he gains more experience. And every time you like randomly hit someone, it would go dwee, and then something cool would happen.
And he was also based off of Geralt, the main character from Witcher 3.
So, did you like the combat, Nick?
I did. It was definitely different because it was hard. I was not expecting that. Like, they make you like
think.
They make you like level up, but it's very much like if you run into a room and do something stupid, you're gonna die. When I don't, because I usually play games on easy mode, if not very easy mode.
See, I don't like that.
I'm not used to doing stuff
like that. You
like
gotta use all the little menus, everything the game can give you, so you're smart. And once you finally do something, you're like, fuck yeah. But sometimes shit gets kind of bullshitty, so I agree with that.
Shit gets kind of bullshit.
So what do you give it out of 10?
I give it a solid 83.5.
Metacritic gave it 84.
Oh.
Very nice. Very nice.
Right.
Well, those are all the games we have, folks. Thank you for joining us.
Right.
Victor, do you want to talk about sports? You
we
want
can
to
do
call
that
it
next week.
I think so. I think so too.
Yeah.
Final words on Fallout. The
Final
main
words on-
story.
Mm-hmm.
The actual like storyline and the plot twist were pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, I was kind of getting the jitteries. I liked it. I liked that game. All right. Well, this is the end of the podcast,
Well,
Nick. Glad
You're
could
back.
waltz back in on it.
Thanks for having me.
For
Yeah.
Nick Holguin,
From Nick DiCarlo.
For Matt Miller.
Did you say from?
Wait.
from Nick DiCarlo.
It's for.
For Nick
Oh,
Holguin,
man.
from Nick DiCarlo.
Well, it was from Nick DiCarlo, so that's why I
But
said
wait,
from.
shouldn't he say for
Greg Lloyd.
Oh wait, I thought we were I skipped my name.
You skipped your. What is your?
Yeah,
name?
because I thought the Knicks got me confused.
For Victor Carranza Jr.
That's right.
This has been Fact. This
Nailed
is
it.
episode 5 of Fact Talks. We talked about 2015 this year. We're available on podcast services all around the globe. We're also on YouTube. We post once a week if we feel like it. Thank you for watching.
Don't
We
forget
love
to
you.
vote this year.
Toodles.
2016.